Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Manscaped.com and a Macau Casino and powered by TK Red Lemonade. Right, I'm joined by the one. I'm joined by the one and only Philip Connolly and Matt Murphy, and we bring you a fresh new episode of Wrestleslam. And I just want to thank everyone that has tuned our way the last couple of weeks. Everyone that's followed us on Instagram the last few days has been incredible. Instagram has really taken off for us. We've been consistent with that now for the last few weeks. It's really paying off, and I'm glad you're liking all the videos. We have new shorts videos up on the YouTube channel too, and there'll be a few more drop in the next few hours. So look, we're on top of things in regards to YouTube and Instagram. So do find us and do follow us. Yet again, Eric Bischoff will be this Sunday at Cypress Avenue, Cork. If you haven't got your tickets yet, head on over to eventbrite.ie. Eric Bischoff, Cypress Avenue, inside the ropes. And that promises to be a massive show. We're looking forward to that. So we're going to go balls deep. We're going to talk about, obviously, the big one. The Impact UK Tour comes to the UK this October. And today they announced that lineup, guys. There's a massive lineup. The best of the best will be there. So obviously you have the world champion, Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander. You've got Deanna. You've got Eric Young, Jordynne Grace, Brian Myers, Moose, Grado, Joe Hendry, Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, Frankie Kazarian, Subculture, Gail Klim. And there might be a few more announced in due course, but that will be unreal. And Wrestleslam, in association with Sports Matters, will be there, and we are looking forward to making that trip to Scotland and witnessing more history via the UK Impact Tour. So tune our way October. We'll have all the details, all the results, and we'll have interviews and more. And we will have a couple of Impact stars on prior to the UK Tour via Impact. So if you haven't got your tickets, guys, go on to Impact Wrestling. Get on their website. All the ticket details will be there. There's some platinum premium packages too, where you get front row seats. There's meet and greets and much more. So head on over to Impact Wrestling for all the details on the UK Tour and Wrestleslam via Sports Matters TV. Cannot wait to be there. We're looking forward to it, guys. And that lineup is incredible. Phil, speaking of Impact, that UK Tour is something that we've spoken about for many, many years. They're coming back. They've been in Ireland for many, many years ago. But tell us, what's your thoughts on that lineup, first of all? Matt, I'll get you in a sec.
Yeah, the lineup's brilliant. But I just want to say, we're going all the way back to Conan. Remember, you had Conan on talking about this? And that was probably about 5-6 years ago. Not even. Yeah, probably 4 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah, head of Impact UK, Simon.
Yeah.
Every time we have Simon on a Zoom call with us with an Impact star, I always drop the Irish UK Tour, and I think I've done it every interview. There's been over 20 Impact stars on with us, but it's so overdue, and we're finally getting that, Phil.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just like cramming their inboxes with when are we going to get the UK and Irish tour, lads?
Yes, we have really pushed it. The Irish show will be soon, but thankfully we don't have to go too far. The UK is just a stone throw away for us.
Yeah, the thing about this tour is there's absolutely everybody's on it. They're not leaving anyone behind. So and I know obviously Will Ospreay as well will be re-debuting, I suppose, because he's coming back for the Turning Point tapings. But gutted we'll miss that one, to be honest. But there might
be a change of plan though, Phil. You know the way things go. I reckon there's 12 or 13 names announced. I reckon we'll see a couple of more in due course. But I think the fact Gail Kim's there, you've got Deanna, Jordynne Grace, you've got the world champion Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander, Eric Young that we'll see in Cork very soon. Brian Myers, Moose, Grado, Joe Hendry, Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, Frankie Kazarian, Subculture. It's savage. Savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage. Matt,
Matt, look forward to getting there.
Yeah, Matt, what's your thoughts on that lineup, my man? It's look, you're only fresh back from Scotland. What's your thoughts on that lineup?
Yeah, I got a bit of a taster. When I was over in Scotland, I was saying, I could feel the Impact presence already. But it's like what Phil said. They didn't leave anyone behind. They know how big of this is for UK fans and for Impact and everything, because like we said before, the wrestling scene is getting bigger and bigger every single day, and the fact that Impact has always been a part of it is just showing that how much they want to be a part of it. You said themselves Alex Shelby, Joe Hendry, Josh Alexander, So many stars are coming in. I personally am looking forward to meet with each and every one of them. Like and like Phil says that we know that Will Ospreay is going to be there. Also gutted that we won't be able to see him, but like, yeah, it's just going to be something you don't want to miss out. Like, because
I'm looking forward to Matt dancing with Joe Henry.
Yeah. I've been saying this in the past. Every time we say Joe Hendry. Oh wait. I want to try something. Joe Hendry.
Say his name.
Yeah, say his name and he'll appear. He doesn't show up, but that is going to happen in October in Glasgow when we meet with Joe Hendry. That will happen. I'm not going mad, lads.
And that's the beautiful thing about going to the Glasgow show, guys. It is the fact Joe Hendry's from Scotland.
Yeah.
That's magic. That's a homecoming for him himself, you know?
Yeah, so I know that's always something about, like, you know, we've seen so many wrestlers competing around America and they just happen to go to one show, but it's something special about seeing a wrestler going to their hometown or home country that they have not been in for many years. Like, I know that Impact is very flexible, especially with Joe Hendry. He gets to go home in Scotland, but competing in front of them is just going to be something unreal. Like, so cannot wait.
Yeah. No, the show is going to be unreal, guys. And as you say, look, there's so many dates incoming in the near future, but Impact is back to the UK this October, and you know, we can't wait. We're absolutely buzzing for that. The lineup is incredible as well, by the way. We're extremely impressed with that lineup. So Impact are doing us some justice, you know what I mean? We're really looking forward to that. And guys, make sure you head on over to Impact for all the latest details and more. And yet again, I'm going to go through that Impact Wrestling UK Invasion Tour, the Titanium package, a front row seat, pre-show afternoon tea with Impact stars. Afternoon tea with Impact stars. That is epic. Post-show ringside photo. You've got limited edition autographed tour poster, exclusive meet and greets, personalized camo style video message from an Impact star, exclusive Zoom Q&A with Impact stars. The first fans that made it into the arena, 10% discount off all arena merchandise. So we cannot wait. So get on to Impact.
We were going to request like maybe even a meet and greet with the Wrestleslam team, but apparently we're so popular we overdid the system, so that hasn't happened yet, but keep living the dream.
Love it. ImpactWrestling.com. Head on over there and you will see all the details there for Impact Wrestling. So, Matt Murphy, I want to get your thoughts on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He made an epic return to SmackDown on Friday night. What was your thoughts on The Rock Johnson? What you reckon is happening and what you reckon is going to happen?
I feel like that The Rock is going to be sticking around till, I want to say till Survivor Series at least. We all said this, that out of the big WWE shows like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam and Survivor Series, I feel like that Survivor Series is always the least popular one. So of course it makes sense that they're going to have The Rock come down around for that pay-per-view. Like at the moment I feel like that they're going to give me the hosting gig, or they're slowly building up the rivalry with Austin Theory. I feel like they're doing that with Austin so many times. I know it's just a one statement, but it's not going to be a one-off. Like, so I feel like that's what they're going to do with The Rock. There's rumors has it that there is going to be another tag team with The Rock and John Cena, but not 100% pushed, but I feel like that's going to be a direction that they go on. So, but yeah, with The Rock coming back was a bit of a shock for everyone. And for anyone who denies it, doesn't matter what you think.
Love it. Phil, what was your thoughts on The Rock coming back? It was good, little segment with Cena. You know, it's interesting.
It was brilliant segment. The crowd, this was the loudest I've heard it over any audience in a long time for anyone.
Yeah.
But the big thing was, there about an hour or so before the show, there was rumblings, all right, that something was happening. Nobody could figure it out, but once Pat said that line about The Rock, you knew he was coming. I think with Endeavor taking over last week, I think they wanted to hit this ground with a bang. So yeah. I think that's one of the main reasons we're seeing him. Plus, as well, they just threw money at him, I'd say. Also, as well, there's a lot big. I don't know if you've been following it, but he's getting a lot of backlash with this heat money thing. The high that he's been giving out to the victims that were kind of, was it the floods or something?
Yeah.
Him and Oprah got a lot of backlash. So he's kind of trying to kind of stay in the good books, I suppose, as well. But Rock,
it is tough. You're in the spotlight these days.
it
I
is
think.
very, very hard because you try to do something good and it always backlashes.
And the media absolutely fucks you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
If anyone ever calls me a journalist, I'll always say I'm not. I'm not no media outlet. I'm not no journalist. I'm a guy that's having fun. But like, yeah, you look at all the bad media out there for anyone doing well. Like John Cena has made a few boo boos. I wouldn't even call them boo boos. There's been one or two boo boos.
Well, there's a whole thing with Cena in China that happened a year or so ago.
Yeah, but it's just the media. The media are absolutely ruthless, and I think that's a scary thing.
But it looks now that we are getting Reigns versus Rock.
It's going to happen, surely.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Do you reckon Royal Rumble or do you reckon WrestleMania next year?
WrestleMania 40.
Yeah,
it's a big match. It's a big show. But the thing is, like, Rock's return there now is over 100 million views on all WWE's social medias. So he does. No matter what someone says, he does draw.
He does.
If we are going to get Reigns versus Rock, do you reckon it's going to be for the title itself, or do you think Reigns going to drop the WWE
I think it'll be for the title. But what I love about it is I know Reigns will beat him. That's what I love about it.
Does he beat him fast, or does he?
They just have a match.
Yeah, I got a feeling that it's going to be like if Reigns like wins, everyone could not be like, oh, that was so predictable. But if The Rock wins, the hate that The Rock is going to get is going to make, it's going to be like CM Punk all over again when he had to drop the title to The Rock. So
especially with the reign so long as well.
Is it The Rock's last match? If it is that case, I'd say it is.
It surely has to be, and as well, Roman Reigns is the perfect man because they're related and everything.
Yeah. So we're going as far to say, really, Phil and Matt, that The Rock will wrestle Roman Reigns next summer. Well, not next summer. Sorry, next March. WrestleMania 40, and then he'll retire. He'll go down that note.
And then Cody Rhodes will fight John Cena.
I don't know if you watched the show, but this is the best teaser was for the TV show Young Rock. There's a bit of a spoiler alert, but we actually got introduced to a young Roman Reigns. Him trying to tackle Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
And he said, no, the world's not ready. That's for WrestleMania. So I was like thinking, either that's kind of a joke that he just want to toss at him, or is that going to be actually happening? So
well, like, you know the way in life momentum builds something. You could say something by mistake, and if someone talks about it, then momentum builds and momentum makes that happen. So yeah, I think they're destined to wrestle at WrestleMania 40, and I think we will be in attendance in Matt Murphy's front room, watching it, having a 4-star pizza. 4-star pizza, what's happening? Hello to our friends at 4-star Pizza in Douglas. Yes, WrestleMania 40, Matt Murphy's house, The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So it's a 4-star pizza, or I might treat myself. Might be a Domino's. Never know. Go on.
Or you could double dip.
Question for our fans: Domino's pizza or 4-star pizza? Let us know what you think. Email us or just tweet. We're going to put up a little poll. So are you a 4-star pizza fan or a Domino's pizza fan? On a wrestle night, what would you order? Let us know on the poll below, guys. And we're looking for the results. 4-star pizza or Domino's?
Should we do some bold? Should we also toss in a Patsy? That needs some love as well.
I have a question for you there, right? I know I just randomly said Cody Rhodes and John Cena, but like, do you reckon Cena fights Cody Rhodes?
Because Cena fights. Cena doesn't fight. No, I think Cena will fight at Mania, but I think Cody's going for the belt. If he has the belt, then yeah, he'll fight Cena.
But like, Cody Rhodes, didn't he say when we were at Money in the Bank that he doesn't want that other belt? Like,
he wants Roman's WWE Championship.
Yeah, so it's kind of like defeats the purpose. But again, I don't know. Maybe LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble and fights Sept, which I would be very happy with. Yeah,
I think LA Knights have to go up a notch again. I think the most encouraging part of that, Phil and Matt, was the press conference after Money in the Bank, and Triple H said it's not. You know the way he said it. What was it again, Phil? It's not the
journey. It's not the now. It's the journey.
Yeah, and his product is hotter and hotter every week. I think that little segment there as well, where you see Heyman and what's the name looking at him on the camera when he was coming up the little stairs. So obviously they're setting up something with Reigns like that.
If I was booking WWE and WrestleMania, I'd be Gunther and Seth Rollins all day long. I really would.
Yeah.
Gunther for Royal Rumble win, without a doubt.
with The Rock back, I would love to see at least a segment with The Rock and LA Knight. Be unreal. LA Knight admitted he got inspired by The Rock. Maybe even toss some shades that he got eliminated by The Rock on his TV show.
Yeah, it's oh man, shit's gearing up. Like, you know, it's at that stage now where we can't really predict who's going to win a Royal Rumble match or Phil. You know, there's so
Gunter,
many people that can
I'm
actually
picking
win it.
Gunter right now. I'm picking Gunter.
Yeah, because everyone forgets about Gunther. Everyone says, "Oh yeah, he's just the Intercontinental title." No, I feel like they're gonna do something big with him.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Well,
I
the
think
thing
he
is,
was. Yeah.
you can do this. You can have Gunter undefeated versus Rollins, and if he beats Seth and he has 2 belts, and then he fights Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Yeah, imagine.
Then he'll show himself why he is the Ving General.
No, it's exciting times ahead. So yeah, SmackDown this week was pretty impressive. Raw was good.
AEW was very bizarre. Have you seen bits of that? Did you watch some of it?
Yeah, AEW is a bit mad, and we know. Am I right to say, Phil, that Rob Van Dam is going to be on Collision again?
Next Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good. Jesus Christ, he looks good.
Looked well the last time we saw him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really looking fit. You know what I mean? We absolutely love RVD. Absolutely proud he's back. He's got many years left in him. So RVD, I know he took to social media recently. I don't know what's the people giving him shit about making a comeback, but RVD looks $1,000,000. He looks like a guy that's, you know what I mean, 20s, early 30s. We love him, and RVD. We're all for him being at Collision. So RVD sending the love from Ireland. You know what I mean? We will see you in Cork Airport Bar soon again, by the way. That was one of the most epic nights ever where we sat down with RVD, a couple of us. I think there was around 7 or 8 of us there. And we had a few hours with RVD in Cork Airport Bar. And it was surreal, a moment that we'll never forget.
I still have the receipt and I still have the coaster. So
yeah, that was an epic night.
Buying points. Doesn't look good right now, Keith Lee.
So what was that? Well, I'm glad you brought that up, right? There was an incident on All Elite where they must have uploaded the wrong video, or did they not?
It was actually live. It was live.
Oh, wait. Actually, before we start, just need to take this. Okay. Take 22. Phil's thoughts.
What was going on? So, yeah, it was like he was doing a couple of retakes of a promo or doing something.
But to take 2 takes at it is absolutely ludicrous. Especially because it was 30 seconds long, if even that. Like I know Bret Hart in the day struggled to do them, and he openly admitted, but he would never ever take 20. Like, there's something seriously ongoing with Keith Lee. I don't know what it is.
Is he happy at All Elite, Phil?
No, I don't think so.
Have they completely and utterly lost the ball? Is he? Name the top 5 stars. I'm going to put you on the spot right now. So you've got All Elite Wrestling. Name the top 5 that have been, that should have reached the top and haven't. And we could talk about Mero. We could talk about anyone, but name them top 5 stars that when they went, we said, right, this is the move they needed.
When they joined, is it?
Yeah, and they're nowhere now. Obviously, we see them on TV, but who have they really dropped the ball with All Elite Wrestling?
FTR will be a big one. They come and go, like they've random matches here and there.
Yeah. So FTR will be number 1, say, or on top 5.
Is another one, as we just talked about him. Wardlow, I know he's not from outside the company, but he's the biggest disappointment they've ever had.
He was so hot last year, like as you said.
I don't know what happened there.
Last year he was incredible, like he was fucking.
I would have said Adam Cole, but this whole thing with MJF has brought him back up.
Yeah, they've got that one right.
And I would have said Tony Storm, but this whole Tony Storm thing is brilliant. I really love it.
Tits out and watch the show.
I love it. It's brilliant. She's found something that works and is brilliant and it's fun.
Tony's iconic. I'm so happy she's this. I personally reckon this stuff with Tony Storm is it's all in her. She's made that approach. She wanted to do this. You know what I mean?
That's brilliant. It really
watch the show.
And it's only going to get better because once she gets more comfortable with it. I'm trying to think of anyone else.
I think
Hardy Boys.
Go on, Phil.
Sorry. Or the Hardy Boys, maybe. I don't know. Edge is going to be the next big thing, apparently. So we'll see.
Yeah. Originally, I was gonna say, it's funny enough, I was gonna say Christian Cage, but like I absolutely love his savage heel heel character.
Yeah,
How's
good in
his
the last
dad's doing?
one.
But I want to say I think Sean Spears has to be top one of them because we all know he didn't have a great run in WWE as Mr. Top 10. But it's just like they didn't really do much with him. They were just like having him kind of like as the backseat for MJF, and that was it. I think I want to say Brian Cage as well. As Brian Cage, he was an Impact,
Yeah.
but no one really recognized him. No one knew him as a top star. I thought bringing him to AEW would actually boost himself with Taz and like tag team. But now he's just backstage, he said, in catering and everything else. So it was like, he can be a big enough name if he was right. Another one, and this one upset me, had to be Ruby Soho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was a big one. I was absolutely a big fan of her in WWE, and she had a good run when she came into AEW. But now, like Brian Cage, she's just hanging around with random groups after random groups.
Yeah.
So that's what I can think of with who dropped the ball in AEW.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then as well, if you go like Jade Cargill's now gone, and
Well, she's not officially gone yet, is she?
oh yeah, they've just removed her from the roster, right? Like just before we came on.
So contract's gone, so that means she can sign with
But she's
WWE
already
right now.
after signing because she's at the Performance Center on Thursday, I think.
Was she there? Yeah.
Well, no, this coming Thursday, she's going to be there.
Yeah. And do you reckon she's going to go straight up main roster?
She'll go straight to the main roster. Yeah.
Do you reckon she'll get a pop? Just say no, she comes out and she stands in front of, say, Sasha Banks or Charlotte. Do you reckon she gets a pop?
I would think so. Like but again, like everybody gets a pop for the first 2 weeks. Is what happens after that.
Yeah. Do you rate? Like I know you're so honest. Do you rate Jade?
I didn't, but I do think she's star power. Like she's got star potential, but she's very, very bland in as a wrestler.
Yeah.
She looks
Matt?
$1 million bucks.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? Jade? Cargill?
I said I'm going for Jade in this one. Like so, I like Phil. I'm just hoping they won't like drop the ball with her and all that because she is $100, $1,000 if I have to say.
She had money on her clothes there one time. Right? That was brilliant, and I thought that was all funny. But yeah, AEW is kind of on the up for me because I wasn't liking it for a long time. Last few months have been good, and they've sort of getting around this whole CM Punk being gone now. Although there's another story just broke about him before we came on.
Oh, lad, there's so many stories about CM Punk. Is unbelievable.
He's not going to sue AEW for all of this stuff. CM Punk has decided it's time to move on with life and let go of AEW. So fair enough.
Let it go. Let it go.
But Survivor Series in Chicago, I'm just saying.
Oh, imagine.
I mean, like, there's still rumors speculating that he's going to join WWE. I'm officially going to have to say that I would like to see him in WWE, but like, I know that with all the talks that he's been talking about Triple H and Vince McMahon, we can't get our hopes up.
I think Triple H will bury the hatchet with him.
Yeah, I do.
I think Triple H, he's not as stubborn as people think he is. I think for business, he will bury the hatchet. Like he'll get the ratings up.
You know what I realized as well? I realized CM Punk gone into AEW and said, "Oh, this WWE stuff isn't as bad as I thought it was."
Yeah, I think Punk will be back definitely.
Oh yeah,
some capacity, but I want to keep note that he looked really good in his last couple of matches. Punk.
He did, to be fair to him.
He did, yeah.
So if he had a bit more of a consistent run, like if he had a contract like Lesnar, where he done 5 or 6 pay-per-views a year, some big matches, came back for a few segments and then wrestled. I'm all for it. I'm all for Punk back at WWE, and I'm gonna go along with Phil's saying I reckon that he will turn up at Survivor Series Chicago. And
it would be pretty epic, to be fair.
Yeah. I would love to see him just casually being there in the front row, and everyone throughout the show, everyone's gonna think, "What's Punk gonna pull in this one?"
Yeah, I think he's going to go after Cody or something. I have that weird feeling he's going to come out. If Cody wins the belt, and then say he's got that belt and he defends it, then say Survivor Series. Obviously, Cody wins, and then Punk's music goes when he's in the ring, with the belt in the air. I like the sounds of that.
What I can see happening is, now this is just a load of loopholes. I could see Punk coming out and he's sitting in the front row and it's going to be Cena and The Rock, and he's going to cost them the match, and he's just going to grab the mic and try and pull like a mini pipe bomb saying that the WWE, all they care about is major stars, not great stars, and after forgetting stars like me. So kind of like a more aggressive hijacking of WWE gimmick that I can see him doing, because everyone now knows who Punk is and knows about like all this behind him. Like, it'll be a dangerous one to do on live TV, but you know, Punk's no stranger when it comes to personal issues coming up on live TV. Like,
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Just
He doesn't give
before
a
we
shit.
end on AEW, right? Because I know we don't have much time, because I know you all are busy and you have things to do. But
We're busy. Phil, you're the busiest. You're the
I know,
busiest.
yeah, I know, yeah. But is Edge going to show up this week on Grand Slam?
Well, I will say something, right? Edge, I cannot see Edge go to All Elite Wrestling. No way.
I do.
I don't see it, lads. I really don't.
Yeah, as soon as this Wednesday, I'd say.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I'm on the fence of seeing Edge come back, but like, let's be realistic. If he's gonna come back, he's gonna have like a rivalry with Christian Cage or something like that. That's just the first thing that can pop into my mind.
That's the only thing that would bring him back is Christian Cage, but I think there's no fucking way he's gonna go to All Elite Wrestling. I just have that. Like, he's Edge. He's been with WWE, you know, since day one. I know he had a little stint in WCW where he had a few kind of dark matches, but I can never Edge, like, you know what I mean? You look at a Brood, you look at Edge, you know what I mean? You look at his, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, all the belts he's won. I just don't see the point of him going to All Elite Wrestling. I think it's like Brock Lesnar. It's like he's just one of them guys that Edge is WWE. You know what I mean? Like, I know Kurt Angle went to Impact, and you know what I mean, that was a bit of a surprise. Now I know he was having issues, and you know there was a lot of shit there, but like I just don't see Edge going there now. Everyone seems to think he will.
Yeah.
Phil, what would be your reason for him going? He made that video a few weeks back saying that he's on great terms with, you know, WWE, that he did want to work a certain contract, and I think he said in that video, he said they didn't really want to work with that contract. So does he renegotiate? Does he sign a new deal? Do we see that pop up in the next week? Edge signs a new deal with WWE, because look, we don't know there's the new TKO promotions where Vince looks like a guy that's 40 with a big Mexican mustache. What's your thoughts? Why does Edge go to All Elite Wrestling? That's the question.
Money. That's the simple as money. I think he's at the point now where he knows this is his last big contract.
Would you say he's a wealthy man?
Oh, 100%. He definitely, yeah. Well, he like, if you ever see him, he never wears high-end clothes. Like, he'd always be, you know, just t-shirt and pants, and you never see him with expensive, like, you never poses with expensive cars or nothing. You never see any of that kind of stuff with him. So I would say he saved his money all right.
Yeah. Matt Murphy, does Edge go to All Elite Wrestling, or does he continue with WWE, sign a new deal, and that's it? What's your thoughts? Does he go or does he not?
If I have to pick, top of my head, I'm gonna have to say that he'll continue a deal with WWE. I think Edge will always be a WWE fella. I think he's aware of AEW, all the wrestlers does, and I think he does have a guilty pleasure watching it. But sure, like, if it happens in AEW, it happens. It's just, I think they need to book it well. They need to book it really well. They can't overdo it. But I can see Edge coming back, at least having one more surprise match in him.
One thing I will say is Tony Khan has money to bring that song back as well, which we all love. You think you know the one I'm on about?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that On This Day? Is that the one? On this day.
I see clearly.
I was gonna say Phil was gonna make, you know what the one I'm talking about. I was gonna say, no, what is this?
Like, it's a very interesting topic. No, I will say one thing.
I think he's debuting at Grand Slam. I think Grand Slam is next week. I don't think it's this week.
But what does Edge do in All Elite Wrestling? Does he go after a title? Does he just have matches?
Well, Tony Khan's and Mark, they now have the Hardys and the Dudleys. Are we going to see TLC 5?
Oh.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Tony.
Apparently the Dudley boys have signed with Impact, by the way. So Devon and Bubba will be teaming up.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting. That's
Oh,
why we do these shows, guys.
the
That's why
UK
we do these
tour,
shows.
the UK tour might have the Dudley boys, which I really want to meet Bubba Ray and Devon.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, Phil, they might even put you in the table.
Yeah, you know that story, Phil, don't you, about Devon taking my camera?
Vaguely, if you want to tell people.
Yeah, so in 2000, I'm going to say 2009, 2010, Impact Wrestling came to the Tree Arena, and I got a ticket 3 days prior to the show. So my buddy Jerry Murphy, he was a big wrestling fan. He was involved in Cork wrestling and Irish wrestling in the early days. Got the ticket off him anyway in a nutshell. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go up. So drove to Dublin on my own. No, sorry, my cousin actually came up with me and he actually done some stuff around Dublin. So anyway, look, I went into the Tree Arena, I had the meet and greet. So I got to meet Mick Foley, got to meet Bobby Roode, Bear Money, James Storm. Unfortunately, Ric Flair wasn't there. Met Booker T, met a few wrestlers. But anyway, in the midst of the meet and greet, they come around the ring and you're like at the railings. And Devon Dudley came out. And back then, selfies weren't a thing. But I, for some reason, took the selfies. This is like 14, 15 years ago. Took the selfie with Devon Dudley, and then Devon caught my camera. He goes, watch this, man. So he walked over, and Velvet Sky was on the other railing, and just to took a picture of Velvet Sky's bum.
Oh
Like
my God.
not up close, but kind of like, you know what I mean, from the angle, and then give me back the camera. He's like, ha, ha, ha. And obviously at that time, I think Bubba might have been with Velvet Sky at that stage. I don't know. I don't know, but it was just like he gave me the kind of, there you go. It was mad, but that was my experience of meeting Devon Dudley for the first time. It was mad. I still have all the pictures. Still have all the pictures, which is crazy.
Whenever you look back on like Bubba Ray, be like, oh, I still remember when I first met him. Look, I even got a photo, and it's just gonna be a Velvet Sky's bum. And just be like saying like, this is technically when I've met Bubba
Yeah,
Ray.
Devon took the picture. I took the camera, and back then it was the old. It was a good camera, but like back then you wouldn't take pictures on your phone. I can't recall anyone taking pictures on their phones.
No,
It was that many years ago. It was
that was
all
about
camera.
2014, I think, phones.
Yeah, so yeah, it was definitely 2010, I think. And I just remember like you plugged the phone into your laptop, and you know the way you can upload the pictures and stuff. Still have the pictures. I will try and get that picture up. I'll send you the pictures, Phil, but I'll have to take a picture of them on my PlayStation. Do you know the way they're on my PlayStation and stuff? My PlayStation 3. But yeah, surreal moment. So I don't know.
That is such a late 20s thing, late 010 thing to have.
Yeah, they were good days. Easier times, lads. Easier times back in them days. That's all I'll say. They were good times. Right, do we have anything to say before we wrap up, guys? Matt Murphy, do you have anything to say? Anything we need to talk about that we've forgotten about?
God, under pressure. What I missed last week?
We talked about RCW, which was epic. I'd like to thank everyone, by the way, that has watched our RCW videos. Thank you very much. We're still uploading many more as we speak. So thank you. And we have committed to a few shows moving forward as well, guys. So there'll be a couple of shows that we will be attending in the next couple of weeks and months, and we're looking forward to saying hello to everyone and rocking on.
I do have one thing to bring up actually before we go.
Yeah.
But you showed it to me the other day, but there's a new wrestling company starting.
In Dublin, yeah?
Yeah. You sent me a poster the other day. I was like, oh, that's cool.
That was this weekend, I think, yeah. So I know CBL was on it. So yeah, I can't remember off the top of my name what it was, but we will get back into that.
But it's cool to see so many new stuff happening. It's great.
Yeah, it's very competitive, as you say. Look, with anything right now, like you've got a million podcasts. I always say this: we were the first podcast. You know, back when we started doing interviews 7-8 years ago, there was no one else doing it. I think the vision was, you know what I mean, that we'd do it. And then as years went on, other people would start doing it. Now it took a long time for people to start doing it. But I think now you have so many media outlets when it comes to wrestling, when it comes to organizations doing wrestling. It's exactly, you know, what we wanted to see happen. And I think the fact that there's wrestling in every part of Ireland, you'll probably have every county in Ireland in the next 3-4 years. That is epic, you know. And it's great for the Irish wrestlers that they have something every weekend that they can, you know what I mean, progress and learn and you know, do more. But yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's the beauty of it. It's like we're still surrounded by Irish wrestlers that want to get known, and you know your podcast wants to get known as well. So in some way, oh, so and so got an interview with so and so. Oh, so and so interviewed so and so. So both ways, just you're helping each other in some way. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely, it's a win-win. But yeah, that's the show in a nutshell. Yet again, Eric Bischoff will be this Sunday. So that'll be very, very good. And don't forget as well, Wrestleslam team will be in Glasgow, Scotland, in October, and that's in association with Sports Manners TV. Everyone gets confused with the whole impact, the whole Wrestleslam Sports Manners thing. So just to clarify that, right? Sports Manners for years would cover wrestling. There was no such thing as Wrestleslam, and then one day we sat down and said, we'll make another product, and we called it Wrestleslam. That would have been over 3 years ago, and it was on the Sports Manners platform for a while. Then we broke away and put it on its own platform on YouTube. So just to clarify, that is why Wrestleslam is Wrestleslam, Sports Manners is Sports Manners. So yes,
that's the truth, because that's what matters. That's what sports matters.
Wrestle matters.
Business.
So yeah, that's it, guys. That is our show this week. We'd like to thank everyone that has tuned our way. Yet again, the show is brought to you by Manscaped.com and the Macau Casino, Cork City, and also partnered and powered by TK. And the boys think I'm actually serious. I'm only messing. But look, TK, powered by TK.
You have the label the wrong way.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, how do I mirror that? Yeah. So anyway, we will catch you guys next week. We record a show every Monday. It goes out Tuesday. So look, be safe. Have a great week. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel and our Instagram page and Twitter for all the latest content. We have a lot of stuff coming this week. So thank you for supporting us as always. From myself, Jerry, from the one and only Matt Murphy, and from Mr. Philip Conley. We'll catch you soon. Thank you for coming our way. This is Wrestleslam the podcast. Adios.
Bye, guys.